a minute. Then the stuff is too big. Look. Tell you what. I need to keep circling in here. I just got another bite. I think I'll get another bite right now. Way out here. Marking a couple baby fish. Maybe I'm marking fish. Maybe that's what that is. Let's see. What the heck? Right in here. Right here is where I'm getting them. Couple bites right there. Yeah, I think I probably do have something on the line. My floats are looking kind of suspicious. And I need to clean that one fish. Yeah, they could be. It's right down there where my hooks are, the bottom hooks. You get a lot of stuff like that sonar here. It's like this endless, you know. But once you start seeing them like that and catching fish, you go, they're kings. But I'm not sold on that being a king just from seeing the mark. When I see them coming up, then yeah, it's definitely something. Yeah, jump out there and get that fish clean real quick. Dare say I better put my rain gear on. I hate rain gear. It's so uncomfortable. Rain gear and gloves. Both. And rain gear and a glove. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, if they don't move and I'm not catching kings, I just assume it's something else. A lot of people drive themselves crazy. They think they're all king salmon and they can't catch them, so start going crazy. I just figure if they're not biting, they're not kings. Like I'm marking another one right now, right at 30 fathoms. Turn the boat quick here. Here it goes. There's a big glove on my left hand. With the right hand. Yeah, I stopped worrying about it. Killian's got a fancy sonar in his boat. He's always like, they're over here, see them, but they're not biting. There's fish everywhere, they don't bite. So, or I can see them, I'm getting them, they're over here. I'm like, well, that's all kinds of marks on the sonar. Sometimes you see a certain kind of mark, and you catch it, you know that's what the king salmon looks like that day, but there's all kinds of marks on the sonar. I don't think they're all kings. Let's go ahead and clean this fish. And if we get a couple more, we'll put ice on them. But for right now, let's just clean it. And then we'll turn the boat around. Hopefully we don't lose the Starlink signal again when we turn. But let's get the guts out of this fish. We've had it for at least a half hour now. I'm serving a very select clientele right now, and I really appreciate the fact that they're buying my fish. Let's keep on top of them, keep them high quality for our buyer, for our customer, for the actual consumer. It makes all the difference. You know, I could let this thing sit around for probably 4 hours before I cleaned it, and it would still sell. But the quality on the consumer's end would sign of egg sacs, which makes me think it might actually be a buck. Feeder for sure. It's out here feeding. Big enough. Big enough for sure. Yep. Get the blood out of him, get the guts out of him. Crack open the vein in the backbone. There it is. Ooh, son of a... Wash him off here. Wash him off real good. Thanks, Marines and Army Mom. There's Jake, what's up? Struggling with the rainy weather. But we got one. We got a one keeper and like 3 shakers. Lovely cow. That one fish, we're not keeping it caught right now, so it's got that one in the box. Slime off of him. We got a buyer for the winter, they told us who it was. The guy's in training now to buy fish. That's good. That's the guy from last year. Quit. Hopefully the new guy doesn't quit. Steve Fowler, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Yeah, it mostly rains here, Steve. Mostly rainy. Got this nice fish. Thank God for the fish. Halfway decent price. Covers all our expenses, and then some really. First one for the fuel. There he is. Into the box. 30-inch king. Nice and chrome, yeah, we're in the ocean. Well, technically we're in the bay, but you know. Trolling for king salmon! Got the king salmon. Commercial king. Looking at my lines right now. Okay. Rain gear off here. I hate rain gear. I'll be looking forward to California coming up. Vacation is coming! Big vacay! Thanks for coming in, everybody. Thanks, Mike. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Martha. All right, let's see if we can turn. A lot of times when I turn the boat, the signal goes out. So if it does, I'll just pop back on, hit the bell notification, and then let's see when I come back. Zyro is here! What's up, Zyro? Got the hiccups. Try and turn the boat real slow. Maybe it won't. The Yorkie said hi too. Nice. Thank you so much, Steve. Feeling the love. You guys are so nice. Okay, where's my fish at? Turn slow, turn slow. I see old Silverleaf's on. What's her name? Susie B. Silverleaf. Yes, we're blessed with another day. Back in the day, you made it. We're here. Weather is no good, so the Starlink is on and off. What's up, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker? Yeah, we're trolling for king salmon. Did you buy some, what is it, XRP on Friday when it was down? I didn't buy nothing. I just know that my portfolio went way down. I don't really have it. I don't have it. I need to connect my bank to that crypto. I bet it's still a good time to buy right now. Bitcoin's at like 115, down from 126. We're just trolling away. You know what? The cut feels good on my hand, but for some reason my middle finger now, I wonder if I didn't nick the tendon on that thing or the bone or something. When I first made the cut, I bent my fingers and I was like, okay, my fingers are still attached. And I'm like, good, no problem. And then the middle finger started feeling real weird. But, oh yeah. Yeah, it's good. I don't think it's infected. Hello, BC, what's up? The only one we're missing coming in is White Gorilla needs to come in here and give me a hard time for not using the plug right now. The doctor wanted to see it on Friday, but I missed my appointment, and then I think I'm just going to go back on Thursday and have them take the stitches out. That's for the day. I think my finger works well enough. I'm able to close my hand all the way. See, closed. Good to go. When it was all swollen up, I couldn't close it. It seems like there's some fish in here up on the beach, you know, or whatever, there's some fish. Not a lot, but $85 a fish, we could just, you know, we could get a couple more. You know, 3 or 4 more would be great, but a couple more, apparently I can make some money. The cut? No, it's from a grinder. My wife's got good insurance, so I can get it pulled out. It won't cost me much. Probably cost like $50 or something. It's fine. I want the doctor to look at it again anyway. It's a ferocious cut. West Texas. It was the grinder, and the thing went like straight into my hand. Deep. Yeah. Not too worried about it. I got a bunch of antibiotics I'm on. I think I'm kind of feeling a little bit drained out from all the antibiotics. Rodney Perrin, what's up? Yeah, the hand, you can see my knuckles now. You couldn't see my knuckles before. My knuckles are back. I close my hand. I'm doing better grabbing the float board today. That was good to have yesterday off. Went to church. Didn't do any fishing yesterday. Rested it a little bit more. Getting better every day. Well, like I said, I feel like my energy level is a little low with the antibiotics and just take it out of you, you know. plane ticket to Alaska. Yeah, I was just running a regular 4-inch cutting wheel. The one with the alligator on the front. The picture of the alligator's right on the wheel. I was saying that the other day. It's like, you can't really blame the disc manufacturer, because they just say, hey, we put a picture of an alligator right on the tool. Like, you should know what to expect. The alligator doesn't take prisoners. Got me, but I feel blessed it didn't cut me worse. To be honest with you, a few days before that I was messing with the same grinder and they got hung up in some twine on my boat, and the twine got underneath the mechanism that holds the disc, so it bound it up, so I cut it out, but it was stuck in there, so there was like a little bit left in, and I was running the grinder to melt it and get it to come out, and it was like going slow. It was like whirl, 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 and then it started going full speed. I was like, yeah, and it freaking threw the blade that was left. It was a busted blade. It threw part of the blade and hit me right in the glasses so hard that like a half-inch chunk forced its way in between the lens and the frame and was just like stuck right there. I got a bloodthirsty, my grinder in particular is like, wants to kill me. I'm gonna put it down for a while. And I'll never use the grinder without, I see somebody use the grinder without the glasses on, they're crazy. I would never do that. I know one of my friends from church, he was running a grinder and it threw a metal shard, or part of the blade. I think it was a metal shard. It went into his eye, and he can't see out of his left eye. He's still got his eye, but it doesn't work right. And another guy, I think several of my friends have had to go to the hospital and have pieces of metal taken out of their eye from the grinder. Get it much better if you got glasses on. I mean, I wear glasses because I can't see, and I buy polycarbonate lenses, so I'm always wearing them. But the guys who don't wear glasses, they don't wear them when they use the grinder. It's so dangerous. The rose bushes? I have rose bushes in my house and they can get unruly. When I put them outside on the deck, people complain they can't come to my house without the rose bush getting them. Yeah, the eye thing, that was a close call. Raining so much, my windows are all fogged up. Come on, here we go. We're going back into the cookie jar. See if we can pull another fish out. Wipe my windows down. I really like rose bushes. I figured out I could grow them in Alaska by, I got a big grow light, like for a weed or whatever. Paid $400 for this grow light, and the roses love it. I had like a prize rose bush. It would produce beautiful blooms all winter. And last year I decided I didn't want to pay the electric bill for the light, so I left it outside and died. I think the dogs would be in on it. Yeah, the last shutter was the most protected. Clean some of it with a broom. Grow lights in the winter. Yeah. So the cannery, they had a big tomato plant. They had like a little outdoor greenhouse on the dock. And yesterday I saw the door was open to the greenhouse. It was like a 5-foot tall tomato plant with all kinds of blossoms and few green tomatoes and it just looks like it was dying. I asked if I could have it. They let me have it. I brought it home. I don't know if it'll come back to life. Because it was like 32 degrees for a couple nights this week. But it's in my 50 to 65 degree house now. Here we go. We're in the cove here. What do they call it? It's called Humpy Creek. That's where we are. I got a pretty good green thumb. But it's so rainy in Alaska that the only thing I can grow outside that I found is raspberries. And I got some apple trees growing, but I've never got any fruit off them yet. They look like stunted, like bonsais. They're not that old. I grew them from seed. I bought some trees. I spent like a couple $100 on cherry trees, and then planted the cherry trees and they died. Pretty much. One of them died. I think again, if I put a bucket in the yard, there's like all these dogs that run around up here. They come pee in the bucket, so the dogs might have killed the one. And then I didn't want the other one I had in the yard to die too, so I gave it to my friend. And she put it down by a pond in her yard. And she said the kids came by and were like just destroying stuff like kids do, you know. I don't know, hitting plants with a stick, and they smashed the $100 cherry tree. But I don't think they killed it. Here we go, we're in the cove. Let's make a turn here. Watermelon? Well, if I had a greenhouse, I could do all kinds of stuff. But like, I got more priorities in my building life than making a greenhouse. I got, I don't even have ceiling in my house and walls really. I just have insulation, and the house isn't big enough. I gotta make a bigger house. So the greenhouse might have to wait, Where's all this fog coming from? You guys got rain on it? So we get a nice clean pasture. It seems like we get a king salmon every time we come in here. We'll try again. If we get a keeper, we'll stay. If we don't, we'll go over to Night Island. I got a feeling it's better over there. But we're on like the same pace as we were at Night Island right here, and less little tiny fish bothering us. I don't want to go out there. I don't want to go out there unless it's a keeper. We're fishing 30 fathoms now on the heavies. I should probably put my floats to 30 fathoms too, because I haven't had anything on the floats. Part of the signal issue here, I think, is also that it's just an intense rain area. We're in a rainforest, so when the clouds are like, if it's 700,000 tons of water vapor in the sky, I have a hard time getting the satellite signal. So I'm selling a chair. I got this big recliner in my house, and I don't have hardly any room at my place. And this recliner, I used to sit in it, but now we got a big sofa, so there's no room. I'm gonna sell the recliner. It's sold, so someone's gonna come pick it up tonight, I think. And then I'll be able to put my reloading bench back. I'm gonna put the reload before anything else gets moved over there. I'm gonna get my reloading bench and set it in that spot. Quick. Then I can work on reloading. I don't think I want to buy another rifle, but with everything else I got going on, I can't buy one right now. Need to get that side by side. I don't need a new rifle. I really don't, but I want one. I I want to get a Weatherby 6.5 300. I think that's the cartridge I want. I've got the regular, what you call it, rock chucker or whatever, the RCBS thing. And I don't know, I've got like 3,000 primers in my attic, and I probably got 8 pounds of powder. I don't know, maybe I don't have that much powder. I got enough to keep me busy for a long time. I really enjoy shooting my 6.5 Creedmoor. I have a 6.5 Creedmoor in Weatherby Spike Camp, and then I bedded it and put pillar bedded it and put full glass bedding. That thing shoots like a tack. You can shoot a tack right, then shoot right through the hole, you know. And it doesn't blast your shoulder with this real big painful recoil. And it's threaded, and I got the suppressor for it, so it's like, it's just wonderful experience all the way around to shoot that thing. I don't know what that is, but it sounds major. It's not just a Dylan, it's a 55 OP. The 5,000, Dylan, 5,000. No, I don't know. Yeah, I guess if I was real into ARs and stuff, I'd want some kind of system to load a lot of ammo, but I don't ever shoot all that much. I like precision shooting, you know. I'm super happy with that PSA AR-10 308. I think it's got an 18-inch barrel. It shoots, I think I've seen it do a half-inch, like an honest half-inch group, but it always shoots under an inch. It shoots under an inch with factory ammo, with like the cheapest factory ammo. It shoots under an inch. Slow, huh? You know what I do want is one of those electric powder measurers, because I'm not very good at measuring the powder. It just takes forever to get it right, you know, sitting there with a daggone spoon and wiggling out the powder out of the spoon. .5. I say I don't shoot a lot, but it's hard to go out there with a 10-round magazine and not shoot 10 rounds and then load it back up again. 6.5, my 6.5 ammo is pretty expensive. I love those Hunter Hammer copper bullets. Are like amazing. They shoot so good out of my gun. I really want to shoot a deer with one of those and a black bear, and maybe a moose next year. I don't know that much about it, the hand loading either. That's the other thing, is it's still pretty exciting and new to me. It's irritating too when I like get this stuck case or when things aren't working right. But once I got a recipe figured out, I seem to have pretty good luck with the accuracy, you know. One thing I'm missing too is I don't have a Garmin radar thing to tell me how fast I'm shooting. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm like slow or what. Or if I'm way too fast. It would be nice to know like what we're talking about. Zyro, I just shoot moose, bear, deer. And then I never have shot a wolf before, but there's wolf season here. You can shoot a wolf from like September 1st until April 10th. You can shoot a wolf, or as many as you can. And but mostly it's moose is the main thing I shoot. Every year I try and get a moose. And then every year I try and get a deer, but there's really not very many deer here, so I don't get a deer very often. But the moose is like an important part of every year. I don't get one of those every year, but usually if I don't get a moose, it's because I'm not trying. No, I just started reloading this year, I guess. I put a ton of money into that thing. Powder and dyes and all that. I got my 270 dye. I still have a case stuck in it thing. And then I let the kids were really into it. They wanted to come over and reload. And the kids came over and broke the decapping pin off my 308 dye. I might have ordered another one. I don't remember what I did with that. I got the decapping pins in my center console, but I never put it back together. What do I shoot at the practice range? 100 yards. Oh, there we go. There's a bite. Right in the same spot. There's just some fish right here. Every time I go over here, I get a bite. Got a bite on the float. Might be a keeper, I don't know. Maybe I should just turn around or keep going. Let's keep going down this line for a minute. Well, I bought some of those Hunter Hammer bullets and they sell them in like a 50 pack. Or what I remember, I think I got 50 of them for like $78. And you think like, I'm gonna work up a load and I'll never need 50. Well, guess what? Pretty soon I'm running awful low on my 50 pack. So then when I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, they'll sell me 100. It was like $158 for 100 of those 124 6.5s. That's real creative of you, Naja. Nate, no. Okay. Why don't you make a video of that and send me the link? I'd be real interested to see it. You're gonna need to go pull this picture. There's like a reef here. You know, sometimes I fish halibut here. It seems to be a good spot to catch. There's all kinds of fish down there. Halibut, rockfish, lingcod. Burger, so everybody says, like, you know that world champion shooter that's on YouTube, he's like, just forget about everything and shoot the burgers. But you know what, I'm really not trying to shoot 500 yards or 1,000 yards. I'm trying to shoot deer and moose, you know, and black bear, and the occasional brown bear. Now I'm getting a bite on my heavy, little bite. Oh, now I'm getting a bite on my other heavy. Another little bite. The bite on the float looked like a potential keeper. So anyway, I tried the burgers. I didn't get them shooting real well, but I wasn't too worried about it. I still have the box. I don't remember whatever the champion shooter guy, I don't know what his name is. He's like a Mexican-American guy, I guess, but he's the best shooter in the world, I think. And I got whatever bullet he said. But I didn't work it out. I didn't work on the load very much with them. I got it like shooting inside of an inch, but the Hunter Hammer in 124 with Varget, I saw a recipe on YouTube or on Google in a reloading forum, and there were like 39 grains of Varget, and they even gave a case length overall. Anyway, I worked up something with I figured out where my lands and grooves were, backed it off a little bit, and he said it was signs of overpressure but really good accuracy. And it was, man. I mean, those bullets, I shot like a .2, I can't remember what it was, like a .23 3-inch group with that load, but the overpressure signs are like really overpressure, it looked like. So when I backed off the load a little bit, the accuracy kind of came down, but still, I mean, it's like how tight do you need to shoot to kill a deer? Anyway, I shoot a deer with that thing if it's over pressure, but like for day-to-day shooting at the target, I don't want to be shooting that over pressure. I don't know, maybe it's not that bad. Just my primer was getting a big crater in it. That halibut was 220 pounds. Let's go pull these fish in. We got fish on like every hook here. We got fish on every wire, I should say. And it's not raining too much now either. Yeah, there's a lot of brass on the ground here. I was picking up all the brass here. I feel like last year there was more brass. I think with the ammo prices coming up, there's more people picking it up. There was so much brass on the ground last year, I think you could have... It was like after the moose sight-in for moose opener, there was like unbelievable amount of brass everywhere. Like a big pile the size of a sofa cushion up there. Pick it up and sell it and pay for your gas, you know? Drive out to the range. Okay. We had little bites on a lot of stuff, but we had a good bite on this one.